Hello all, in this video we will see the complexity analysis of another program which is a bit different from the previous ones that we have seen in the previous videos. So the program is like this: for I is equal to 0, I less than n, I is equal to I into 2. In the previous examples, we have taken I is equal to I plus plus alone, or it could be I is equal to I minus minus. That doesn't make any difference. So here it is I is equal to I into 2. Okay. So print I. I'm writing the simplest of the programs for the sake of convenience and understanding. So here I've told you in the previous video that if I is simply incrementing by 1 without calculating any complexity, you can simply say that the complexity of this algorithm is order of n, because there is a for loop which is running from 0 to n times. That is our experience from the previous video, isn't it? See, but in this case I is getting multiplied every time. So assume that n is equal to 10. And sorry, I'm writing I is equal to 1 because otherwise it cannot be multiplied definitely. So initially I is equal to 1 and this code will be executed, isn't it? Next time for the next iteration I will be multiplied by 2. So I becomes 2. And since I is less than 10, the code will be executed. For the next run, I will be multiplied by 2 again. So I becomes 4 again, isn't it? So again, 4 is less than 10. This code will be executed. For the next iteration, I will be multiplied by 2 again and I becomes 8, isn't it? So in this case also 8 is less than 10. This code will be executed, that is I will be printed. For the next iteration, I will be multiplied by 2 and I will become 16. 16 is not less than 10 and this code will not be executed. So this code will be executed only 4 times. When I is equal to 1, I will be printed. When I is equal to 2, I will be printed. When I is equal to 4, I will be printed. And when I is equal to 8 also, I will be printed. That is, even though this was 10, I will be printed only 4 times, even less than half times, isn't it? I mean, if it was I plus plus, this would have been printed 10 times, you know that. But in this case, as it is I is equal to I into 2, it is printed just half of the times. So you can't even say that it is n by 2 times. Since I is getting multiplied by 2, you can't say that it will be running n by 2 times, because that is not even true here. In that case, this would have been printed, this should have been printed 5 times. So that is not the case. See, what happens is, initially I becomes 1. In the next iterations, I become 2. For the next iteration, I become 4. And in the next iteration, I become 8. And it goes on like this. If you are writing like this, I mean, if you are writing as the power of 2, you can say that 1 is 2 raised to 0, isn't it? And here, because it is 2 here, that is why. So here, this 2 is 2 raised to 1. And this 4 is 2 raised to 2. And this 8 is 2 raised to 3, isn't it? At some point, we will exceed, that is, at some point, some 2 raised to I will become equal to n, isn't it? Here it was greater than that, but in some other cases it can even be equal to n, isn't it? Okay, for example, if n was 16, even then this iteration wouldn't have been happen, isn't it? So at some point 2 raised to I becomes n. So to get the value of I, what you have to do is take log on both sides. Log 2 raised to I and this is log n. Now to get the value of I, this is I log 2 to the base 2. This is I n. So this is 1. So you will get that I is equal to log n to the base 2. So I is log n, that is, it will be executed log n times. So the complexity of this code is log n. Okay, this is how we find out the complexity of this kind of algorithms. To make you understand it better, I'll give you another example. I is multiplied by, assume that I is multiplied by 3. So initially I'll be 3. For the next iteration, initially I'll be 1 because this I is equal to 1 here. For the next iteration I'll be 3, and for the next iteration I'll be 3 into 3, which is with 9. Last iteration will not be there because that will exceed 10 anyway. So this is 0 raised to 0, 3 raised to 0. This is 3 raised to 1. This is 3 raised to 2, isn't it? That is, at some point we will get some 3 raised to I is equal to n or even greater than that. So generally generalizing this, 2 raised to I is equal to n. So log 3 raised to I is equal to log, we will take logarithm to the base 3, log n to the base 3. So you will get log 3 to I into log 3 to the base 3. Log 3 to the base 3 is 1. So I is equal to log n to the base 3. So again generalizing with log n. So that is the complexity of this algorithm. So this is how we find the complexities of the algorithm containing for loops, and the for loop is like this. Okay. The same is the case if the loop variable is multiplied by 2 or 3 or anything like that inside a while loop also. We will follow this very same strategy to find out the complexity. Okay. The frequency count here. So we will see more and more examples for a complexity, for merge sort, quick sort, and all the very frequent or very common algorithms used in algorithm analysis in the later videos in this series. Thank you.